My name is Sangeet, and today I have a message for you. Sometimes, for different reasons, we may be caught in the idea that we are too nice, whether it is based on others or on our own perceptions, thoughts, and consequent opinions. Whatever the case is, being too something implies an excess of a particular thing, which indicates an imbalance. And if we let ourselves stay at this stage of the analysis, affirming that we are too nice, and that is all, clearly we are assuming that there is a problem with us, and maybe even that it is part of our character, and that there is little to nothing that we can do about it. Now, if we dive deep into this, we uncover way more. Why do we or others may think that we are too nice to begin with? Throughout our lives, there is this energy exchange that inevitably happens between us humans, which is the base of what we call relationships and connections. And there is no self-definition or characteristic, such as being too nice, that could possibly come up outside of its social context, and inevitably always through comparison, as we couldn't possibly conclude that someone is something or too much of something without comparing it to something else. This means that this and all other labels related to social interaction are a result of an exchange of energy that instantly pushes us towards comparison as a reflection of how we feel in each moment, depending on how balanced the exchange is. So, if we are indeed feeling and observing that, for instance, we are being too nice, which is related to the energy that we are giving to something or to someone at a particular moment, it inevitably also means that the energy that we are receiving is less than or too little in comparison to what we are giving. So, when someone is being too nice, someone else is, for instance, being not so nice, or rude, or too unpleasant, or something else that contrasts enough the act of being nice. So the other person's label becomes not only nice, but too nice. So, being too much of something, whatever it is always according to an energy exchange. And when we give something that is not reciprocated, then we have an imbalance, and that is when we feel too nice. However, if we give the exact same amount of the same thing to an energy that matches ours, which is an energy that reciprocates the same energetic content, instead of one that doesn't, then we feel satisfied and happy, right? Why? Because there is balance in the energy exchanged, which means that we receive something of the same nature or frequency in return, whatever it is, that makes us feel satiated, and that happily and successfully close a cycle of exchange. The minute we give more than we are being offered, or that we take more than we are giving, we create an imbalance of some kind, and we start receiving signs of that same imbalance by, for example, feeling depleted if we give too much, or feeling guilty if we give too little. Of course, in order for this to happen, we have to be clearly conscious of our thoughts, intentions, and actions in both situations, whether we are giving or receiving. And despite the reasons behind, in both cases, it is always about exchange and balance. Now, going back to being too nice, would it be reasonable to assume that someone is too nice just based on one or even thousands of interactions? To fully answer this, we have to first recognize that we are not personalities, labels, or characteristics of any kind, as these fluctuate throughout life. Second, being too nice or too much or too little of anything can only happen through specific moments of interaction, and even if those moments happened repeatedly as patterns, and therefore we are constantly being too nice, still, each one of those moments will always be exactly that, moments. This means that at any moment, the pattern, if there is one, can be broken, and we can see ourselves actually being something else. In fact, on the same day, we can be seen not only as too nice, but also as too or little of all the other characteristics, depending on the context and the people involved, right? Third, if being too nice always depends on the nature of the exchange of energy, then the focus is not only in us individually, but also in what and who we are exchanging our energy with. So, saying that someone is too nice may seem true from a tiny little perspective, especially if the same type of situation seems to happen very often. However, if we look at the big picture, all it happens is an imbalanced energy exchange. And that is all, no matter how many times it occurs. And if we step back and remove ourselves from the scenarios that don't reciprocate the same energy that we give, or that we tend to give, or that we want to give, and we put ourselves in the right places with the right people, those that are a true and genuine match to our energy and to all that we have to offer, then the label of too nice instantly and totally dissolves and gives place to labels like a great person, a compassionate being, or a tender friend or lover. How many times have we seen ourselves assuming different roles and different traits according to how we and different people see us in different moments? The possibilities are endless. But of course, if we keep interacting with the same people in the same environments, and we don't give ourselves the chance to experience a different result, then whatever labels come out of those same contexts and interactions, pleasant or unpleasant, will be all that we know about ourselves and about our overall potential and experience on Earth. Are we too nice? Of course not. We are souls living in this planet. That is all. And if we feel that we are being too nice, all that is a sign that our energy needs protection and redirection. And this is when we set boundaries and take control of what we do and don't allow to enter our energetic field. Above all, we are love, and we deserve love. Plus, what someone would define as too much or too little could actually be the perfect amount for someone else.